Hello everyone, welcome to the space. My name is Candace and this is an open invitation for you to grab your favorite bevy and come and chill out with me. I've got Frappe in hand, the frequencies in flow, so let's sip, settle and see what arises in this moment. So there's an open invitation for you to chillax, just sit in your space and chill, right? And I feel like I say this in every video, but we are in this experience where life is very fast paced. We don't really slow down. I mean, at the time of this recording, it is just hit September. Well, it's September the 5th, which is absolutely nuts, right? Like, where the fuck has the year gone? It's feeling very fast paced, and not just, our external world, like life in general and work and all of that, but just time in and of itself. This concept of time seems to be speeding up somewhat. Like, I'm not sure if you're picking this up, but I mean, time, I guess after you hit a certain age, it does kind of go downhill and time seems to speed up dramatically. But there is just something about the last few months where it's just felt like we just completely skipped a couple. Like, I felt like August, we inhaled, exhaled, and it was gone just like that. So yeah, very, very interesting. I'm getting drawn to the notes that I've written. So this might be for, and I'm using concept here, but I guess in order for whatever this is to reach whoever, whatever, some type of conceptual language needs to be used. So this may be for someone that resonates with the sign of Gemini. Or, you may have them in your big three, like your sun, moon, rising, somewhere in your placement. You might be cross-watching for someone, or you might just resonate with the title, whatever. We're just here to present whatever's in the current moment. So, yeah. Gemini. I'm actually quite curious. Let's pull some cards to see if anything to do with Gemini comes out. So immediately there is a need to almost like take deep breaths, to almost not necessarily slow down. What is this? It was like a feeling of not being out of breath, but something catching you. Oh, how do I describe this? Like a surprise, like that feeling when something shocks you, and it's like this very spontaneous feeling that arises. Like it was like a brief moment of that. And when I was writing down the notes, there was a pain in the solar plexus, which is to do with, willpower, self-esteem, confidence. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating, if this is making sense. Also, just subtly feeling this like stabbing pain in the right shoulder blade, which is the masculine aspect, obviously irrespective of gender. Stabbing in the back. Stabbing in the back. Is that a masculine? Yeah. Sometimes I get confused. Anyway, whatever. Okay, one more shuffle, because this feels like the shuffling is mighty endless over here. Alright, let's go. There may be some, you know, I mean, I feel like in the last post that that I did that hasn't been posted yet, there is and has been this undercurrent of a shift, a massive shift. So, you know, this, whatever this shock, emotion, feeling, thought wave in the body is trying to elicit here, it's that kind of feeling of like something like a rug swept from underneath is presenting itself. Just going to pull a couple of cards from this deck. I'm curious to see what comes out from here. Oh, yeah, that's just too much. But the first two cards I'm seeing is Full Moon Celebrate and Uranus Rebellion. I'm going to put the rest back and pull one more. And I had two cards come out. So we've got Jupiter Luck and Air Connection. And Gemini is an air sign. I'm going to put these ones to the side. It's interesting because there's this vibe of being among people in a like a very harmonious, a very celebratory, a very connection. Where did that, oh, connection, you know, finding or being in connections or being around people that bring about this feeling of luck, if it's that. Just seeing this little ladybug here as well on the Jupiter card. But these and even these, right, like even the Uranus card, even that, though that's speaking to rebellion, there's a lot happening here in this card. But see how they're gathering together. They're I know there's a lot of females on this card. It's obviously just a representation here, but when we think of the feminine energy as a frequency, we think of, or not mentally think of, but it's representative or symbolic of softness, of nurturing, of connection, connecting, being in oneness, right? Being in flow, feeling loved, feeling belong. Well, that's not right. Feeling like you belong to a group with people, possibly with, you know, similar type of values, or almost like finding your tribe. People that just get you, people that see you. And there's this Uranus rebellion. As well. And in the card, there are these birds, if you're listening to this, if this is posted on the podcast, and yeah, there's like 3 little purple birds and then 1 red one, and the red one seems to be the one that's perhaps rebelling. The others are flying away, but there's this energy of standing on your own, being on your own, or letting go of those types of connections that don't make you feel like you belong. And there's this, you know, stepping away from. It's like we're moving out of the cage. We're being released from the cage. And this could be, even if it's not physical, mental, this mental trap that we call the mind, right? Slash ego. Now I'm just noticing, and I'm going to bring it up, even though I am asthmatic, but I usually don't struggle with breathing, but there seems to be this breathlessness that has just suddenly come on. And in the writing, there was something about health. It was actually speaking about digestive health, but this could just be health in general. Okay, well, let's keep going. What do we want next? Okay, let's see what symbols we can pull up. So there is something here to be spoken about, or brought up, or, you know, looked at, about the shadow. And when I talk about shadow, I'm talking about those aspects of ourselves that are unseen, that we don't necessarily want to acknowledge or embrace. You know, those parts of ourselves that we think are quote unquote negative, quote unquote bad. There's really no such thing as good or bad. There just is, right? It is what it is. My t-shirt says that. It is what it is. Yeah, it just is. There's no, we as humans filter these labels on top of things. Where was that going? So yeah, but it didn't come out as shadow work. It came out as shadow teaching. So there's a lesson that's being learned in this situation. We've got message. Number 33 or 333s might be significant. We've got relief and divinity. Earth at the bottom of the card. The bottom of the card, bottom of the deck. So yeah, possibly a need to ground. That might be not. So yeah, I closed that door properly and it's irritating the shite out of me. As I was writing as well, Taurus and Scorpio was floating around. And so if it's not Gemini, maybe Taurus, Scorpio. And the water card, I did see the water card when I was shuffling the other deck. And then Earth is, of course, the Taurus. And the last post was about Taurus. So you might want to have a look at that when it's posted, even though I'm not sure if I'm going to label it the Taurus video. Right, just going to take a moment here, pause. Message. There's some, just being mindful how to phrase this. Either, you know, when we think about or consider how we receive information, some might refer to it as downloads, some might refer to it as dreams, or you may actually get a message from someone. There's some type of information perhaps from self itself, that is going to create some calm. Or not even create some calm, but allow you to settle. Allow you to ground into whatever is arising. Why the luck? There is that aspect of feeling like when, say, let's just use common language here, but when you meet your tribe or when you meet your people, there's that sense of, oh, I've hit the jackpot. I've just met these incredible people, right? Like I've struck the pot of gold. And there's a note here about it not have come easy. It wasn't an easy process, because there was some type of letting go that was necessary. And in the full moon card here, we see this bonfire. So usually when we discuss the concept of the full moon, this is about releasing, about letting go of things that no longer serve us, right? So whatever that is to you, whatever that was, whatever that is that you stepped away from or rebelled from, even though there may have been some unease in the body, which is what was felt, that pain in the back, even though there was that unease, it's starting to clear itself. Or there's even that realization that, yeah, I've actually made the right decision for where I'm at in my life right now. There's something about divine connection, or things happening the way they're supposed to here with this connection card. There's almost this divine type of feel to it. Just looking at the strings, the patterns. It's like everything in divine timing. Weren't we talking about time before? Let's pull some symbols. Let's pull some symbols. Oh, what is that? It's a little bulldog. I don't know if you can see it. It's very small. So, you know, does anyone have a little bulldog at home? But this is a little dog. And what do we think of when we think of pets, right? Animals, dogs. We think of loyalty, companionship, family. Or you might have a bulldog at home, don't know. Then we've got the starfish. Whenever I see the star, I always think of the Aquarius, which is also an air sign, mind you, which is ruled by Uranus, one of the signs, it's one of the rulers of Aquarius. So this is, whatever shift is happening here, there's this aspect of hope to it. Or almost like wish fulfillment with the star, although it's a starfish. ocean. Oh, okay. That's quite a lot there. We've got the owl, so that's representative of wisdom. So we said that some type of information, however that is going to play out for you in your life, is going to, there's some aspect of clarity that comes with that. We've also got, I would say this is a dragonfly. And doesn't that look really, I mean, very similar to that? The message card. So I feel like that's just a confirmation of that. And what is this? This is a Pegasus. So the Pegasus, which is a flying horse. Mythological creature, very powerful, as in strong, revered. Let me know if any of those make any kind of sense to you. I'm going to grab some tarot. And then I might talk about the messages that came through. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, after the Gemini, I had metamorphosis. And what are butterflies and dragonflies and that sort of thing that speak about metamorphosis, this change, this transformation, this shift, this... and that may not have been an easy process, right? There's a lot of... Like if you think of the actual process of going through that transformation to go from a caterpillar or worm into a cocoon, into a then butterfly / dragonfly or moth, there's this, it's like a complete shift, right? But there's this part in between that is really almost uncertain, almost like it's messy, it's gooey, it's mushy, it's this it's like transfiguration, right? Like you're melding into this goop and then forming something else. So whatever this is that has been going on here, there's this sense of, yeah, it might have been quite a messy situation. What else is there? Metamorphosis, sling light. Oh, interesting. Oh, shining light, bright, so bright, yeah. Attracted to the moon, attracted to brightness. Stepping out from the shadow. Stepping out from the shadow. So yeah, we've gone through this crazy metamorphic process, going through the ick, the muck, and now we're stepping out. We're in our how does that want to be phrased? Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Let's grab some, yeah, let's do this one. Let's do some tarot. And of course, anything that resonates, please let me know if it does. Or share this with someone who might resonate, if you feel so called to. But this is just speaking to what's coming up in the now. So, you know, before I even move forward, there's almost this energy of like, don't forget to celebrate where you're at. This is so strange because we did have a message that was done, or post that was done, and I hadn't actually posted it, and I wasn't going to post it, but I'm even just second guessing that now. We'll see. But yeah, don't forget to celebrate those the wins. Like, don't forget to take stock of how far you've come in this process of you know, doing shit that might have been really difficult, you know, stepping away from friends, stepping away from family that may not have aligned with you, may not have aligned with your values. There's something to be said about not necessarily being proud of yourself, but just giving, you know, sometimes it's okay to just go give yourself that tap on the back and say, you know, you did good. Like, fuck, that was hard. That sucked balls, but I did it anyway. And here I am, and I'm feeling, yes, there's still that small aspect, and I'm just feeling that emotion right now. So there is still that emotion there, but when that leaves, when that dissipates, like it's not a snapping out of, it's just the emotions do come and go, right? The emotions do come up. I just had 4 of Cups, so there might be this real, like, deep sort of contemplation of, did I screw up? Did I make the right decision? Am I, you know, like this constant bickering in the head, and this back to and fro type of questioning of, I've left all these things behind. What now? But this is indicative of you've already seen the other side of it. So even though in this 4 of Cups you're looking away, and there's this rainbow being handed, literally given to you by hand. Yeah, there's a need to celebrate and just look the other way and go, you know what? There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is that rainbow there. Yeah, this sucked. Did not feel good. But do not get stuck in that space of victimhood, right? We've also got the 5 of Wands here in the reverse. So we are stepping away from all this conflict and chaos, and we've learned something from it. We've actually learned something. So I'm just going to shuffle a couple of times. There's a lot of fire energy here. So we've got 4 of Swords at the bottom with showing up in the shadow. These seem to be quite positive, if you will, if you want to use that word. We've got Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles showing up in the shadow. These, yeah, it's, there is a need to be here now. There's actually nothing coming out. There's like, how do I explain this? Just a disclaimer, this is not one of those channels that just sees the cards and continues to talk, right? There is space that is needed when you're dealing with energy. And this is feeling like full steam ahead. The frequency of this is very charged, like moving forward type of energy, as in, okay, like let's keep moving on here. It's showing up in the knot, in the thread. So this, oh my God, there's a need to slow down. There's a need to be here now. There's a need to really reflect on what is still kind of underneath, right? Like what is still showing up, what is looping, that is essentially allowing the integration of what's happened. Like, how does this want to be said? Do not rush. Do not, and I also don't want to tell you what to do. This is not what the space is about. But there's something to be said about really just being here now. And I know I say this in every single video, but it is such an important thing to really try to embody within yourself, is to be in the now moment. I get it. There's this like almost if the cards are saying it all. I don't actually need to speak to it. There is this relief, there is this like trust in the unknowing. If it's not in the in a type of higher power, so to speak, there's just trust in your own process, trusting in yourself to know that you've got your own back. This is exciting. There's this feeling of being don't move so fast that you need to catch your breath from it, because there is still this breathlessness. It's almost like this energy of it's happened so quickly. This is saying to slow down and rest and be aware of right. And I just cut the deck on the tarot, and there's the star. There's the star. But there is a need to not take this process for granted, because what happens when we shift out of certain types of mindsets, what happens when we unravel from belief systems and things like that, even if we've had this massive shift and we no longer feel or behave or show up in a certain way that we perhaps used to, it doesn't mean to say those things, those feelings won't still come up. You know, it doesn't mean to say that we won't still have the thought of just hearing it. So I'm going to say it, like missing someone, or wanting to know how people that you've moved away from, how they're doing. That's okay. That is okay. To we care, right? Even though we move away from certain people, why it bothers us so much is because we care. And I'm feeling that emotion again. So we do care. And I guess the note here is to remember that, is that don't suppress your emotions. This came through the notes with the pain in the solar plexus. Don't suppressing emotions, anxiety, guilt. What is this word? Security. And that was to do with the pain in the solar plexus. There was also tummy ache. So the feelings of guilt might arise that came through the writing. This feeling of guilt. And maybe sometimes there's this, even this thought of not being able to move forward. But yeah, understand that these conflicting feelings will show up again. Not at the same intensity, but it will show up, and just to be aware of it and to be with it when it does come back around. Because the Knight of Pentacles, when it's in the upright, this is like slow progress, moving forward, dotting your T's, crossing your I's. He's not like looking necessarily, not looking back, he's kind of looking towards his shoulder. And, you know, often we can say, you know, don't look back, don't look to the past. We can look at it in, let's say, in reverence. Like we can look at it from a perspective of, wow, I really did go through that. And guess what? I'm okay. But yeah, that's interesting. Just not forgetting, I suppose. It's, yeah, just being realistic. I don't know why that was said, but anyway. What else? Let's have a look at the... So, yeah, there was dulling sound as well, which is giving me Four of Cups energy. And also Oracle. I'm not sure. I saw like the actual Oracle ball. So I'm not quite sure if that means anything to anyone, the Oracle ball. I might pull a couple more charms and maybe another card. Oh, also Real World came out in the writing, and it was like a song, but not this song. It was just Real World, but what was thought of was a song. We've got Turtle. Yeah, so just take it slow. Take your time. I don't know if you can see that. It's so small. Take your time with this process. Really like integrate it, right? Like integrate what was learned. Integrate what you know now. Yeah, this is a need to really integrate all of this. Yeah, interesting. I'm not sure what the Oracle is about, but I'm going to pull a card from this deck and see. Because this kind of reminds me of a globe, an Oracle, so... It happens a lot. It's like lots of chatty energy. All right, one card, please. Sorry, yes, that song, when I looked it up, it was Real World by Matchbook 20. I don't know. Okay, so the way it came out was just the words, but it felt like it was a song. So when I typed in Real World, it was a song by Matchbook 20. So I'm not sure if that makes any kind of sense to anyone. Stop. Okay. Alright. That went everywhere, didn't it? Righto. I'm not going to pick that. I'm just going to go with... I'm seeing the Queen card. What's that one? The Hunter. Kairos. Not quite familiar with this deck yet, so I might just see what that means. Kairos. Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. Mythic time, synchronicity. Didn't we talk about time at the very start? We all have had, we have all had the experiences of timelessness, of being beyond the ticking of the clock. It may be felt as time standing still, slow motion, or losing track of time on a walk or in a lovely conversation. This is known as mythic time and is the territory of Kairos. This card suggests there is a secondary time continuum that goes beyond any earthly clocks or schedules. Within this non-linear realm, we access divine timing. The divinity card came out. A single moment that ripens with auspiciousness, and our actions change the trajectory of our whole life. Time becomes a living thing that watches over us and tells us precisely when to speak or act. When this card appears, it's all about patience and precision. No clock can guide you. Wait for the rush of inner knowing and not a moment longer. So this is speaking to the just slowing down, integrating whatever is happening right now. I might pull one more. Promise, I'll leave it there. Just to give us some more context to this time. But yeah, time, something about timing for sure. Because I said at the start, it feels like time is just like skipped. Something about skipping time. And this may have happened really, really quickly. And it's, you know, maybe it's this is what this shocked feeling was about, was like what just happened? What just happened? Like everything was turned upside down, but I'm feeling relief. Should I be feeling like, yeah, there's this sense of like, what happened? Oh, all this happened and everything's all good, but some of these feelings are coming up that's feeling a bit weird, and man, I don't even know if I'm making fucking sense here. And that's the kind of vibe, you know. But slow down and really respect your process. Really respect the shedding. Respect what that looks like. Like when we think of animals that shed and hibernate, it is a slow process to go through that metamorphosis, right? It's like we have no control over that. It has to happen in its own time. If not, something may go wrong. So this is an integration period for sure. We've got the temple. So this can speak to whatever temple means for you, as in, if you want to say the body, but this is a devotion to self. At the end of the day, it is just devotion to self. So whether you're religious or not, whether you're spiritual or not, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's all the same fucking thing. It is all the same thing. And I felt pulled to grab the card on the bottom of the deck, and that says the heart. And in this card, there's two people rowing a boat. So these connections that have been made, that are being made, really just relish in it right now. there's almost like I'm seeing the word question. Sorry, interesting. Because the thoughts was about questioning things, but and that train of thought is gone. That train of thought is gone. So yeah, just being with the now, and allowing the, how does this want to be said? There's actually, even though there's like, how do I explain this? There's like words that are wanting to be said, there are thoughts that are coming in, but they're not clear. There's a requirement, and this came through one of the other posts. There is a requirement for stillness. This is where you're going to meet yourself. This is where you're going to feel this even time shift, right? And I want to say that is not going to look like what you think it's going to look like. As in time shifting, things shifting. There's something to do with Greek mythology here. I think I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if this made any sense to you, Gemini friends. I don't know if I'm going to put Taurus and Scorpio in there. We'll see. This might resonate with you as well. And let me know about the song. Let me know if that means anything to you. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there because, like, what's happening is the mind is trying to make sense of this, and this is not for me. So if I keep going, it's just going to get a bit discombobulated. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves. And yeah, until next time. Bye.